Hi, I'm Lou, another episode of My Car Story. I'm here with Rick Campbell. Rick, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And I'm shooting his car again because he was on my original shots of cars. And your first name again? Peggy. Thank you. Peggy, his wife, is taking our car. Rick, what did you bring here today?
It's a 1970
Get
Boss.
closer so we can hear you.
Okay. It's a 1970 Boss 429 Mustang.
But it's not just an average Boss. It's grabber blue, but it's one of two. What were you telling me?
It's one of two that have won the Authenticity Award. This is the first one that had won it, and it is the highest award that has ever been given to a Boss Mustang.
And here it is. And how long have you had this?
6 years.
Obviously fully restored.
Yes.
Completely back to original. And I think you shared with me before, this is a California car or something?
Yeah, it was originally sent to Barber Ford in Ventura, California.
So it has some California originality as well.
That is correct.
Of course,
it has the emission control system on it that you had to have in California, which is pretty rare to see today.
So not only is it authentic, but then you had to throw in the California emissions as well.
That's correct.
And it had some of the parts there. Let's get an overall shot. Come with me, Rick. Let's get an overall shot of the side of this car so that people can take that in. And this is grabber blue. And that is just gorgeous. All right, let's take a look at the rear end. I love the way the rear end swoops on that. There's really not a better Mustang.
No. To win the Authenticity Award, that means every part has to be either an original part to the car that has been redone or a new old stock, or what they call NOS part, which means there are 0 reproduction parts on the car to win that award, including the tires.
So with that being said, what are some of the most difficult parts to find on your car?
Well, some of the most difficult parts are the original set of tires, the original exhaust system, things like the snorkel, the
shaker hood.
Yeah.
So I'll have you open the door. I'm going to jump inside again. And it's looking great. Now this is all part of it as well.
That is correct.
Being original.
All the tags, the things that you would see they would put on at the factory are still with the car. 49,000 original miles.
Well, this car is obviously a labor of love, and it shows. I mean, it's just spectacular. Do you get the chance to drive this much, or is it just a show car?
Just a show car.
Gotcha.
It hasn't been driven since 1988.
Gotcha. All right. It goes from show to show. Is that AM, FM? Just AM.
Just AM. Which was common in these cars back in the day.
And the Hearst 4-speed. The Mustang. The clock. Even on the dashboard. That's all original too?
Correct.
Look at this. On the windshield. And you can see there's actually room in the little Mustang back there. Let's go under the hood. But you know what? Open the door for 1 second. You've got little information there that people would want to see. The KK 429 NASCAR 2547. Rick, what's that?
These are all sent from the factory to CarCraft, and CarCraft assign their own numbers to them. So any Boss 429 you see will have a KK number, which stands for CarCraft.
Is that right? How do you find these kind of markings that are on your window?
Well, they can reproduce those now. Finding the original ones are impossible, but they do reproduce those.
That's pretty cool. All right. And there we go. Here's the hood. This is the best part of coming to the Muscle Car and Corvette National, which I highly recommend anybody who's a serious muscle car person. This is the best show in the Midwest, if not the country, maybe all of North America. And Rick, I'm just excited to get the chance to reshoot your car. We shot it a year ago, and quite honestly, I was quite amateurish at that point, and I think I've gotten a little better at getting some of the features of some of these cars. I'm going to step right around here, because people are going to want to see every part of your car. Massive engine inside a little spot. All of the details.
You know, just the little things, depending on where the car went, determine how much undercoating was sprayed on the car. So when we restore these, you know, that will tell us how much undercoating by where the car originally went to, the original dealer. So if it went to California, you're not going to see much undercoating on the car.
What are some of the California parts that make it unique?
Really, the California emission system
is that this right here?
No, it's actually in the trunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we take a look at that since it's unique?
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
Before we go back there, you know, some other things that people miss on restoration, just like this little missing paint that's right there and right here on both sides.
Yes.
These hoods were actually hung with hooks at the factory. So when you restore these to this level, you make sure there's no paint there.
Wow.
The build tags were a lot of times put right here, and when they got finished with the assembly line, they just tore that off, and sometimes the remaining part was on there also.
That is outstanding. All right, we are going to take a look at your trunk. We'll shut the hood. Usually we wouldn't take a look at the trunk, but in this particular situation, sure. You know what? If you've got stuff in there, let's do this. That's okay. Come on back up in the front. Rick, we're going to have you stand right next to your beautiful car. Rick, thanks for being on my car story.
You're welcome. Thank you.